Time now to welcome tonight's first guest. She won an Emmy for her role in the hit comedy Ted Lasso, and now she's entering the world of action movies alongside Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt in the brand new blockbuster The Fall Guy.
Yes, but this is a woman with many strings to her bow, and here she is kicking off the Olivier Awards on Sunday night with an epic performance of Anything Goes. Please welcome Hannah Waddingham. Come on in, Hannah. Come on in. Take a seat. Oh, of course. Little squeeze. Hello. All right, okay.
Hello, lovely. Nice to see you. Come and sit down.
Take a seat. Take a seat.
So, you hosted.
With you guys.
Oh, it's nice to have you here.
It is so
Look,
nice.
we got the memo.
We did get the memo,
Yeah, you did.
and I think you look very chic.
Not like the Kung Fu Panda, no?
Do you know what she looks?
You know,
She looks.
she looks scary.
Karate chic.
Yes.
Thank you, Hannah.
I'm not messing with her today.
Thank you. So we saw you. You hosted the Oliviers
Yeah,
on Sunday.
It was just magical.
Oh, it was lovely. And that song, fantastic. Why did you want to do that one in particular?
I think because when we sat down, myself and Joe Stilgo and Anthony Van Laas, the director, sat down and thought, what do we want to open with? I was very clear about wanting it to be a kind of... I didn't want it to be a solo number out now. I wanted it to be... It kind of came about by mistake. I said, I want to have an absolutely phenomenal choir, the London Community Gospel Choir. I want big voices. I want so much energy. The band kicking at the same time. Joe Stilgo going nuts on the piano. A team effort to start it off in the right place, you know? And so I went, you know, we need to, like, give out the vibe that in this room anything goes. And we all went, oh.
Anything goes.
Bosh.
What an opener.
Delivered, yeah.
But many people had already applauded you on the red carpet after your comment to the paparazzi.
Yeah.
How are you, Hannah, at the other end of that?
Thank you, mate, because that's a very nice thing to say, actually. And I know we know each other of old. I'm good. I called out what needed to be absolutely necessary to call out, and I've received a written apology. And so now I'm so ready to move on, and I'm not having it overshadow what was the most, I think even more than last year, the most glorious, joyful, positive night, you know? And I don't usually say this, but I was really flipping proud of that night.
Yeah.
It did exactly what we wanted it to do. The whole place erupted like a bunch of lunatics. So that's what the takeaway should be, you know?
Brilliant.
So you should be.
Brilliant.
You should be proud.
Thank you.
Right, we're going to talk about this new movie. We went to see it.
Yes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
it's brilliant.
You have!
Loved it.
Isn't it
Absolutely loved
brilliant?
it.
Super
It's
funny.
unbelievable.
Oh,
and obviously you're known for your comedy roles in like Spamalot and Benidorm.
Yeah.
Of course, Ted Lasso. Absolutely
yeah.
sensational. But you've added a bit of action to your CV now.
I know,
in
which I
this
was
new film,
chomping
Fall
at the
Guy.
bit.
Yes. So go on, tell us a bit tell the people about the film and actually your character as well in the film.
Well, we have Ryan Gosling playing Colt Seavers from the 80s TV series with the fabulous Lee Majors and gorgeous Emily Blunt, whom I didn't know before. And, you know, she's a Surrey girl, so we just went clong, which was lovely. And she plays the director of the movie. I play the producer of the movie who brings Ryan back into the fold to try and get the movie made, because we need to have the best fall guy in the business, the best stunt guy in the business. And I can't tell you much more about my role.
Yeah,
Really?
well, you know what we can do, though, is can give people a bit of flavour about your character.
Gorgeous,
So here she
gorgeous.
is, your character, producer Gail, using her persuasive skills on stuntman Ryan Gosling. You good? Yes, she's a smart one, that one. No, it is a big action movie, stunt movie, as we spoke about. And you actually do a few of your own stunts in there, I hear.
I mean, it's
came
proper
away
full on.
You came away with a bit of a war wound.
I mean,
on set?
I came with what we would call a war wound, what the stunt department would go,
A scratch.
That's barely even a scratch, even if you put it under a microscope. But, I mean, you know...
Oh, wow.
Can you even see that?
I mean, it's
no,
proof.
the reason why you
Did you
can't see
punch
it is
someone?
because it's barely there.
Yeah.
I suggested that I punch Ryan.
Oh, right.
Because, you know...
Yeah, for it to look.
It feels like if there's going to be a few of us in a helicopter, why can't the girl do it as well?
Exactly.
You know? But it was absolutely the most brilliant fun because it's directed and produced by David Leitch and Kelly McCormack. And if you're going to be in a stunt movie about the stunt world with the finest stunt performers in the world in it...
Correct.
You know, he's the one to do it with.
Definitely.
It was incredible.
And is it right that one stunt in it, you know, the cannon car
the cannon roll.
That basically is a Guinness World Record, isn't it? Because it did 8.
Yeah, the previous was 7, 3 or 4. And just ridiculous, like, global talent level stuntmen in it. And Logan Holiday was his car guy. And... yeah, 8.5 turns. But the funny thing is, Ryan said, you know, you've got to highlight these brilliant people finally because Ryan gets out of the car just to give the thumbs up in the scene. But Logan was the one that took him out and he'd actually done the actual, you know, he'd done the
But he took him out in the scene, that's the that is good. That
really
nice
gorgeous.
Touch,
So that film is brilliant, so funny, but we have to quickly mention Garfield as well.
Yes.
Because you play Jinx.
I mean, she's...
Oh, Jinx is a minx, isn't she?
I know she's a cat, but she's also a bit of a cow. You know, she's decadent and she is up for revenge with Garfield's dad.
Right.
And it's a real case of, you know, with all these roles, I like to find, even if it's animation, I like to find the reason why the audience will go, yeah, but I kind of like her.
Yeah. I get it.
A martini-drinking cat, yes. Well, Fall Guy is out in cinemas from May the 2nd and the Garfield movie is out on the 24th of May. Thank you, Hannah.
Right, now...
Now then, we've been joined by our next guest, is singer-songwriter Tom Walker. Oh, Tom, where do we start? We've got a long list. So you've got a new single, you've got a tour, you've got a new album. We'll start with the single.
Yeah.
Head Underwater.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about this one, then?
Well, it's kind of a new production that we've done. It sounds quite upbeat and a bit rhythmic and a bit different, but the lyrics are traditionally me. They're quite depressing, you know? It's a what doesn't kill you makes you stronger kind of vibe, you know what I mean? So there is a silver lining. I like to put a little something at the end, you know what I mean? So it's not all doom and gloom.
It sounds great.
Oh my God, what a range! You've got your album coming out later in the year, haven't you? Now, lots of the songs, and you said this, you know, they can be quite serious, quite, you know, and they're about people in your family, friends and all that. Is this one a little bit more personal about you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the album's called I Am. It's definitely more of a kind of deep dive into the last kind of 5 years of my life. But there is, you know, there is stories about some close friends and family on there, and I was a bit more careful this time when I put out my first album. I just wrote it, put it out, and didn't really kind of run certain songs past people maybe I should have, so I've done my due diligence this time. Yeah. Well, I never thought they would get, you know, be as big as they were. You know, you never know what's going to happen with these songs, and you know, suddenly,
so humble.
Suddenly you're doing gigs in Japan, and a song you wrote at 4 o'clock in the morning in your house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you never know what's going to happen with these songs sometimes.
I mean, you talk about doing your due diligence, but didn't you scrap like 80 songs within this album?
So many. Yeah, I think a lot of writers during the pandemic really relished in the...
What, that you wrote? You scrapped 80?
Oh, so many. I mean, I must have written 1,000 in my life, probably, and you know, 2 of them have got into the top 10 so far.
That?
Numbers game, isn't it? I know, I don't look
talent.
at me.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. It's therapy for me, songwriting. It's always been anything that's going really great in my life or things that I'm struggling with. If I get it onto paper and write a song about it, you know, it kind of helps me develop as a person.
Right, we're heading out on tour tomorrow,
Yes.
actually, haven't you? But you've been recently, holding like pop-up, like free, like places. Was it Spudman that you popped up at?
Yeah, so we initially we kind of accidentally stumbled upon this ideas that we've called Tom's Towns, which is, you know, we'll take that. And the first one we got in touch with Spudman because I'm a huge fan of his content, and he makes these amazing.
It was a potato shop.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, fine. Carry on.
He's bringing the Spud back to the masses, believe me.
I love it. I'm there.
It's so good. So we went there, and the idea was he's basically got like this massive queue of like thousands of people every day queuing up to get a jacket potato because they're very prolific jacket potatoes, you know what I mean? And we were like, can we do a little gig for the queue because we knew there'd be loads of people there. Anyway, he put a little thing out on his social media. I kind of advertised it a bit. The whole of Tamworth turned up. And we did this gig to, like, it was probably like 1,500 people in the square with a tiny speaker I'd borrowed off my mate. We were so underprepared. But anyway, it was a great laugh and everyone loved it. And we thought, well, maybe there's something to this. So we went to Barnsley afterwards and again, like 2,000 people turned up. And then we were in Wrexham like a month ago, which was one of my absolute favourites. Went to see Wrexham play.
Oh,
you know,
brilliant.
went to the local pub that's near the turf, which is right near the stadium. Met the owner. He's in the documentary. We had the best time ever. He didn't let us pay for a drink all night.
All
it was
potatoes.
quality. Yeah, all potatoes. Yeah. I'm just going around getting free drinks and free potatoes. Such a rock star.
You're living the dream, Tom. Well, Tom's single, Head Underwater, and tickets for his tour are out now, and his album is out in September. There you are.
Got time for some quick messages, actually. Angie asks, for you, Hannah, you've got an incredible voice. Any plans to record an album?
Yeah, come on.
Oh.
80 songs
You
going
two
to
with
spare,
your
yeah?
sudden question. I mean,
here.
yes, and now I know where I'm going to promote it.
Yeah. Hey, I've got the roadmap now.
I mean, I'm going to be ringing you.
And he's got a speaker you can borrow. ID.
Yeah. We've upgraded since my mate's one.
And a couple of hats, probably, as well. Well, thank you to all my guests tonight, Hannah, and to Tom, and, of course, to Matt.
Roman and I will be back tomorrow with Zara McDermott and Bruno Tonioli. Have a lovely evening.
Good night.
We'll see you then. Bye-bye.